Welcome back to the Nightmare. I'm your host, the Lore Knight, galactic storyteller, artist, and seeker of the lore. And I'm not happy today, man. I am not happy with what they gave us yesterday at the Super Bowl. Not because I didn't like what they did, but because of the way they did it. And we're going to get into that. How's everybody doing out there? Did you watch the Super Bowl last night? Did you see it live? The Mandalorian Grogu trailer. Well, it wasn't really a trailer, and it's caused like a storm on Twitter. Everybody's pissed, like everywhere. So we're gonna break it down because I have some thoughts about it, and I think I have a different point of view than a lot of people I've seen. Hail, wise guys, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by the stream. So yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna play it first so that we're all on the same page here. Just see it fresh. You know, you probably haven't seen it since it came out. So let me bring up the screen. Still boycotting. Are you still boycotting the NFL? Yeah, a lot of people didn't see it because they're also boycotting the NFL because of Bad Bunny. And Bad Bunny, I don't know. It was fine. His thing was, you know, I can tell that he's a troll and an expert level troll at that. Like he was trolling everyone. Saw the Grogu spot on replay and thought it sucked. Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a second. John says, keep in mind, the episode 9 final trailer came out 2 months before the movie came out. That movie made $1 billion, so I think they're gonna do the same strategy. Okay, but also you have to keep in mind though, John, because I don't know if you saw the marketing for Solo, a Star Wars story, but it's reminding me of that, yeah, it's exactly like Solo, a Star Wars story right now, and I feel like it's gonna harm the movie, and it's very disappointing because I'm trying to get. I'm like excited about this. It's the first Star Wars movie we've had in what 7 years, almost 8 years now, and it's really disappointing to see that they're doing nothing. Basically, they're doing nothing to promote this movie, and all of the promotion is coming from overseas. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's all coming from overseas, man. Like all the merch that's out now, all like the TV spots, the trailer, like just small things online are all coming from like Brazil, Portugal, like all those, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just think they're being lazy about it, and that's not a good thing. I mean, I understand about episode 9, but also episode 9 was like a solid, main entry in the Star Wars saga, but this isn't. And fans were all, speaking of Solo, I don't know if you remember back then. I do. I remember it clearly. Fans were pissed about Solo, or they were pissed off because of The Last Jedi, and then Solo came out after that. And I think fans are in about the same spot right now. That they're they're pissed off. We want something. You know what I mean? I want to see. I think everybody was expecting a badass trailer, of like Mando. We're going to watch the trailer from the first season as well, and I'm going to show you like the difference, but I understand what they were doing here. Let me bring it up again though so you can see it.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us.
So we got Sam Elliott there doing the voiceover, which is always good, Sam Elliott in anything is a good thing.
Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an...
No, John, I think the fandom in general, he said, why are fans pissed off right now? We're coming off Andor Season 2. Yeah, exactly. No, Andor Season 2 was, a huge show. It was great. It brought in a lot of new fans too. But me saying Star Wars fans are pissed off is because we're basically getting nothing about this movie, and people didn't like the poster. People didn't like kind of the feel or whatever, the vibe, I guess, of the first trailer. They think it's like a little kids movie, and this trailer really isn't helping to. I want the movie to be successful. I want it to be good, man. And anyway, here's the rest of the trailer.
Unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder.
I love seeing the Tauntauns. I don't know about you, but I really appreciated that. And it was kind of funny because I was like in the other room doing something when it came on, and I told my wife, I was like, babe, when Star Wars comes on, you have to tell me, okay? So I don't miss it. And then I'm in the other room and I hear, the sound that they make, those freaking Tauntauns. And I was just like, I just like sprinted out. I was like, you're supposed to tell me. She was like, oh, I didn't know this was the trailer. I mean, you wouldn't really, but.
To break. This is the way.
Yeah, so that was it, man. That's basically all fans got. Now, I know what they were doing there. They were obviously riffing off of the old um, beer commercials, right? What's it called? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, everybody knows, Budweiser, or okay, which is has always been a big part of the Super Bowl. You always get those Budweiser commercials with the horse-drawn carriage. But in this case, it was Tauntauns, and I thought the Tauntauns pulling the carriage is really cool. But I guess this isn't going to be in the movie. Like I was looking at all the stuff, and I guess there's not going to be a Tauntaun driven sleigh, which would have been cool. I think, yeah, Budweiser. But man, I don't know. So also, I think why this didn't like resonate with fans very well was because a lot of fans like, okay, let's just be honest. Most Star Wars fans probably aren't into football. You know, they're not into that stuff. They're not into the sports ball, but so they wouldn't know about like the Budweiser commercials, so they were probably super confused. Like I could see them being really confused whenever it came out online, and they're like, "What is this? Is this Santa Claus? Is this Christmas? What's going on?" Like I get it because I watch the Super Bowl every year. I watch my Steelers play, but I'm not super into football, but I understand why it's like confusing a lot of fans at the same time. And it just fell short. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't, it didn't hit the spot. I think we wanted to see this. Let me show you. I'll bring it up. But so compare that with, I have it saved somewhere on here with this, man. And then, we're going to talk more about it because there's more that came out about that short spot. But here is, look at this. Now, compare that with this trailer. I mean,
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
are you kidding? Dude, I literally just got chills from that's so bad. It's crazy the difference between those two trailers. Like it should have been something like that, especially right now as they're trying to get their fans back. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks like they're trying to get fans back, and it should have been something badass like that. Man, they really did miss the ball with that. I liked seeing the Tauntauns, obviously, as a callback, but something like that got everybody hyped. I don't care if you're like Star Wars is dead now. Like that's gonna get you hyped. That's gonna get like, oh man, it's really sad, man. I don't know, but how about you? What do you think? Just let me know in the comments what you thought about that. I mean, there's no comparison really, So here's again the shot of Grogu with the Tauntaun. you know, nice moment there. It just wasn't enough. And I think a lot of people were, boycotting the Super Bowl. So for reasons. But Sam Elliott in Star Wars, I don't think he's done anything for Star Wars lately. There's the taunt. Everyone's saying it looks bad, CGI. I mean, I guess. I mean, it costed like $10 million for that, I guess, to run during the Super Bowl, which is really bad. They just, oh man, what a waste, dude. I was, I felt like saying, okay. Well, Wise Guy says, I think peeps are pissed because they expected something more of a reveal to get a sense of the movie. We still have no clue what this movie is like, the feeling of this movie. We don't know anything about it right now, other than Mandalorian and Grogu's in it, and Jabba the Hutt's freaking not Jabba, sorry. Rada the Hutt's back rolls. Like, I have to stare at his back rolls still because there's nothing else to talk about right now. It's so freaking annoying.
Okay, cut it. And.
The mic was in frame.
The mic was in picture.
The mic was in picture.
The mic was in picture.
Everyone back to first position.
The mic was in picture. There it was. I don't know what they were doing there. I think they were trolling George Lucas. Anyway, yeah, just a little palate cleanser there, I guess. Okay, so the excuse that they used for this, I have it here somewhere, saved. The person that greenlit this Super Bowl ad, where is it? Here it is. Lucasfilm has revealed the reason behind them making the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer a spoof on the Super Bowl ad. Lucasfilm's marketing brand lead Ryan Stankovich said, quote, "Our creative and marketing team landed on a unique concept that gave a nod to big game spots of years past. It captured the warmth, humor, and emotional connection between these two beloved characters and was the perfect next step for our campaign as we lead up to their big screen debut this summer." So even now the guy's saying like it was perfect, it was flawless. He's like, flawless victory. I'm so glad I'm in charge. I'm always right. No, yeah, this was bad, man. I mean, I didn't mind it. I just didn't think it was going to be the only trailer that we got for the movie. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of like a thing at the beginning of the Super Bowl, and then they were going to actually have the trailer. That's why I tweeted out. I was like, guys, we're getting you. I think we're going to get the rest of the trailer, but yeah. Anyway, I think they're still finding doesn't make me want to watch it. Yeah. I mean, I already want to watch it just because, I don't know. I love Mandalorian. Like, I like all the Mandalorians, so, at least there's that. But I think I think they're going to have to try harder with Starfighter just because all those characters are new. And they're going to have to get fans actually ready to go. I don't know. Little flawless victory was the first thing to come to my mind. Flawless victory. Yeah, he's just like celebrating with himself. Good job, dude. You should have probably got some outside opinions. There was another thing I want to show you too. Even season 3, I liked season 3. Look, I liked them all, man. I like Mandalorian. I'm a Mandalorian fan. I mean, I'm a fan of all Star Wars, but yeah. Oh my gosh. We got news from Earth. They're having a Sith ritual to kick off their big games. You think we should show that? This is like this is crazy, man. It's not even about politics. It's just that's nuts, man. What do you think? I'm not going to change the subject because this is a Star Wars Mandalorian stream, but yeah, the Sith are taking over down there on planet Earth, man. It's not good. So here's like the only other thing we got here in the US for Mandalorian spot. Yeah. They're like making a joke with the puppet movements too. Look, he's just like "Rah, rah, 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 rah." It's like they don't care. It's like they're like nonchalant about the marketing for this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't want this movie to crash, man. Not again. I think France's opening contained demonic image. Yeah, for sure. That's so. Yeah, this is. Okay, if Bad Bunny would have come out to this, I'd have been like, okay, yeah, I get it. You know, throw this guy out of here. What is this, man? Yeah, that's a straight up pentagram, so that's great. Good job, guys. Again, nothing to do with... Maybe it does have to do with Star Wars. Who knows? It's a bunch of garbage. Whatever. I'm pissed today, man, because I wanted that... Man, I wanted to see a trailer. Like a legit trailer. That's something that they could come out with, like, after the film. You know what I mean? Like, have the Mando and Grogu do a fun beer commercial to sell some merch or something. But here's what I was gonna do this. Here's Walt Disney's last appearance. Look at this. No, okay, I'm showing this to you, like a couple seconds of this for a reason. Just watch this.
Be there with you. But this seems to be one of those times I'm tied down here at the studio night and day. Of course, it's always this way when we're shooting a picture. And it so happens we're in the middle of shooting one right now. It's a comedy feature called Blackbeard's Ghost, starring Peter Ustinov, Steve Jones, and Susan Plachette. Now, we've completed quite a few pictures since finishing Follow Me Boys. But there's one special one that I just have to mention. It's titled The Happiest Millionaire. Now, this is one we call a happy family musical.
Yeah, so there's Walt Disney's last appearance on camera, at least. Why am I showing you this? You're probably like, what? Why am I watching? This doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars. No big reason. It's just like, it's just weird to see Walt Disney like this. Like, he's like a grandfather. Like, you could tell he was passionate about storytelling. He wanted to put all his effort into these story. Like, he was very meticulous about his movies, about everything that Disney did. And now we're all like, Disney's evil. It's Satan. It's so weird to see the change. Just like, it started with this guy, and now we're all like, Disney sucks. It's evil. It's woke. It's just a thought, you know, just a passing thought that I thought I'd share. It's just weird, you know. How does it go from that to everybody? Like, Disney's almost a bad word nowadays. Anyway, I don't know, just weird. I think the Olympics probably got me thrown off YouTube. If you're on YouTube watching, will you just throw something in the comment? Just throw like a F in the comments or something for Disney so that I can see if I'm still on. Because I got thrown off last stream and I had to record it, and I had to... Anyway, throw something in the chat so I know I'm still on. But we got... Let's see. I have something else here to talk about. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if you've seen how, like, the media affects the collective fandom, but I was talking to this guy on Twitter, and let me see here. I have to go back to my page here, and this person thought that Darth Vader killed Watto. Okay, I made like a joke. I said, because let me find it. So here it was. Star Wars. Let's see. Why can't I find it, dudes? Here it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got to talk about this, too. Hold on a second. Right before we go to that, look at this ad.
Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
So speaking of conspiracy theories, look, this isn't a conspiracy channel, but it was just another ad during the Super Bowl if you didn't watch it. Ring is launching this massive app that connects all Ring cameras in the country to find lost dogs. Do you really think it's about lost dogs? I'm starting to feel like a I don't know. It's I wanted to get your thoughts about that too, because yeah, it just doesn't it doesn't seem legit, man, and it makes me nervous. I'm still on. Yeah, they want to connect everyone's Ring cameras. I thought that was weird. Put your thoughts in the comments. Are you even interested in that? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know down below. So there's that. Okay, now let's get back to the Star Wars talk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's what Batman was doing in the Nolan trilogy. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing too, and that's really troublesome. I don't think a multi-billion-dollar company would put any Do you think they care about your lost dog? No. It just sent like a shiver, almost a shiver up my spine when I saw it, because I can usually like tell these things, you know. I don't think Ring cares about your missing freaking Wiener Schnitzel, you know. Okay, so another thing I just wanted to go over real quick, because a lot of people might actually not know. Darth Vader didn't actually kill Watto. Okay, so back in the day, not back in the day, but it was back when the Legacy of Vader comic issue number 2 came out, was about to come out, and Disney Marvel put out a big all these articles saying, "Oh my gosh, check out the issue where Darth Vader kills Watto. Look," and I don't have the picture with me now, but I actually read this series, and it was just a bunch of BS, and it turns out he actually didn't. It was just in Kylo Ren's imagination, which is great storytelling, guys. But I put Star Wars Holocron said, Maul Shadow Lord theory, what if the show culminates in a massive duel between Maul and Darth Vader? Maul is being hunted by Inquisitors in the show, and his criminal syndicate activities will seemingly encroach on what the Empire is doing. We know that Maul's reign in the criminal underworld comes crashing down at some point. What if Vader has something to do with that? Anakin/Vader would potentially hold anger towards Maul after all these years for his murder of Qui-Gon. Joining his Inquisitors to finish off Maul may satisfy that desire for revenge as a Sith. I don't. So here's a little bit of deep a deep lore argument. I don't think Vader had anything to do with Anakin. I think they were two separate identities, and that's how it was kind of set up. So I don't know. Kind of deep thought. I think if a piece of Anakin's like came into his consciousness, I think he just squashed it immediately. I mean, it shows it in the comics. But anyway, I put, if Vader never went back to whack Watto, I doubt he cares about Maul. Well, picture Watto there. He still looks good, man. You know. And then somebody tweeted at me, he actually did it in a canon comic. I said, no, it was a bait and switch. He didn't actually end up doing it. And anyway, he like argued with me on it. Don't ever argue with the lore knight, okay? I know what I'm talking about here. But then Jenkins tweeted this. It was the actual panel from the comics that actually said, yeah, it was in his imagination. It didn't actually happen. He looks good for his age, Wise says. I know. And Watto is freaking immortal, man. I did a short a while ago. It was kind of a fun short to make, and I was like, Watto actually outlived like all these characters in all of the main characters in Star Wars almost, you know, for the prequel trilogy. It's kind of funny. He outlived Anakin, everybody. He's still alive out there somewhere, flapping them wings. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, because I blame Marvel, man, because they put stuff out. So like the Star Wars fandom is like they get their news from articles and videos like this, and they're like confusing fans to make like extra profit. It's just kind of weird. But I never did a video on it, and it was just kind of scummy how they did that. And now all the fans think that that Vader killed Watto on Tatooine, and he didn't. So anyway, I just wanted to make that clear, just so you know, in the future. 2026 is Star Wars comeback. I tweeted this on February 7th. I mean, I'm still excited, but holy crap, man. I think they're going to bomb their own movie. This isn't good, man. I don't know. I think they're not doing enough marketing. I think they might kill it, which is not good for anybody except the people that are except the people on YouTube that are like Star Wars is dead guys, you know, that just like to that's all they say. Star Wars is dead. Look how bad it's doing. I want it to do good because I want something to watch, man. I want some Star Wars to watch, you know. And you know, call it fanfic, call it whatever you want. All the new stuff. I think we just want something to like distract us from the grind of everyday life, you know? So, look, again, here's where all the marketing is for this movie is, where is this? Japan? This is a Japan ice sculpture. Okay? Why aren't we doing ice sculptures here? I mean, the East Coast is flooded with hail and ice right now. It would be easy to do. Look, these guys are all excited. They're like, I can't wait. I can't wait. Look at that. They're freaking pumped. They got snowtroopers out there. Where the hell are our snowtroopers? Where the hell is the marketing for this movie? It's ridiculous. They're going to kill it exactly like they killed Solo. Oh, here's something. Darth Maul's horns were originally held on with strings. Look, someone said these were feathers, but I thought they were horns. This is the original concept art piece by Ian McCaig or something. I could never say his name, but look at that. Strings, man. Oh, speaking of Maul, check this out. I got this. Look at this. Look at this. Just got this in the mail. Check this out. It's the Maul Shadow Lord action figure. I wanted to see if there's anything I could see on here to kind of do like a video on like, oh, look guys, he's wearing a communicator. I wonder what that's from. But there's really nothing more to it than we saw in the trailer. But I mean, it's a beautiful looking figure. They actually gave him the like an actual human face instead of like animated face. But if you could see it there, yeah. I mean, it's a nicely sculpted and painted figure. And as you can see, he's got his old lightsaber from Phantom Menace right there. And then this one's like a new one. Scotty, beam me up. What? Wise guys. That's Star Trek, man. This isn't Star Trek. This is Star Wars. But So it says on the back, I'll read it. After the events of the Clone Wars, Maul plots to rebuild his criminal syndicate on a planet untouched by the Empire. So, yeah, we already kind of knew that, but anyway, it's a nice addition to my collection. I'm happy with it. It's pretty cool. So that's the Maul news there. Nothing much else came out from Maul, I don't think. Let me go back to my bookmarks, but I'm gonna put this down for a second. How's everyone doing out there? Again, we just talked about the trailer, so if you didn't see that part, we just talked about the Super Bowl spot for the Mandalorian Grogu trailer. If you didn't catch it, go back, because there's interesting stuff that came out. We'll go to Star Wars. Here we go. So, yeah, I'll probably do a deep dive on this subject, and actually, that's what his communicator is for. Oh yeah. Is the series out already? No. The action figures are out earlier than the series. It's coming out in April, I believe. Maul Shadow. Is it April? Oh my god. I do like videos on it all the time, but I can never remember dates. But it's coming out soon. I think that's all the Maul news I have for you. I like to keep you guys updated, on all the Star Wars happenings. Here's this. Just a quick side thing here. If you could pick anything from this collection... Oops, I moved myself. My bad. If you could pick anything from this, what would it be? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. I know, SQ, I know it's kind of scummy for me to do that. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber here, but yeah, look at all this, man. I mean, I think I would take R2-D2 just because it's like a legit, like it's the character from the movie, or maybe Yoda. But there's a Rancor head back there. There's some Y-Wings here. I mean, Vader's interceptors there, I don't think they used this Jabba the Hutt for the movie. I don't know what this is, but you've probably seen this picture before. What would you take, though? Scout Trooper, Millennium Falcon. Anyway, yeah. There's Han Solo. See, I didn't see this before. There's Han Solo back there in carbonite. It's pretty cool. I mean, that's the ultimate Star Wars collection right there. And then there's I can't tell if that Death Star is... It looks flat. I think it's the painting. Anyway. I'd show you that. It's pretty cool. I'm sure you've seen that before, though. But yeah. Let's see. Are we going to talk about Dave Filoni? I'm mad at Dave Filoni right now. I'm not talking about him. He should have directed... Well, I guess they probably already had that ready for the Super Bowl, but come on, man. You guys know better than that. So, also, Wise, if you're still in the chat, if you do read comics, they're coming out with Maul Shadow Lord. Shadow of Maul comic book that's a prequel to Maul Shadow Lord. So you're going to want to get that just to be updated on... Not updated, but to be ready for the show. Yeah. Too hard a decision. I'd likely do Falcon or AT-AT. Yeah, probably the Falcon would be pretty valuable. I find it hard not to say AT-AT sometimes because I've always said AT-AT. I think I get that from my parents because they were, around when the movies came out and they called it AT-AT. I still say AT-AT, dude. I don't care. And I say Twi'lek instead of Twi'lek. I don't know what they call it. The circle will complete again. Why the sequels are destined for redemption. So here's a talk we can have here. What do you think? Are the sequels gonna go the way of the prequels and like kind of be not liked before, but then after like a decade or two, they're like, you know what, the sequels weren't that bad. You know what, we actually love the sequels. Is it gonna go the way of the prequels? Because that's kind of what happened with the prequels, or at least the media said that the prequels weren't that good. So also, oh my gosh, so much happened this week, even before the Super Bowl trailer. There's been a massive campaign against the prequels, and I don't know why. I don't know who started it, but there's been like all the like original trilogy fans joined with the Raylos and started a war against the prequels and prequel fans. And I was just like, where did this come from? I couldn't find the full story. It's kind of hard to get the whole story sometimes on Twitter because you look through all these posts, but I should have something somewhere. We talked about this last week. I don't know, man. Yeah, interesting. I know all this prequel hate came out of nowhere, and it was just really weird. I was like, what is going on? Everybody was saying that they weren't okay. So they were saying basically, if you didn't see it, they were saying the prequels were always bad. Changed my mind, like stuff like that. All the prequel, what is this? Leaked footage from All Shadow Lord. Breaking news. Yeah. Wow. That's going to be a great show. No, but yeah, everybody was saying the prequels were always bad. They always sucked. Jar Jar Binks sucks. It's back to Jar Jar sucks now. Which I think it's a way for sequel fans. Like, I don't have any problem with fans of the sequels. I think that everybody's opinion is valid. The thing that you like, I think that's great. And that's kind of my standard on this channel. And but as long as you're not using Star Wars to, preach, if you're an actual if you're an actual fan of it and not just using it to preach your politics, basically. Anything, like, if you think episode 9 was the best movie ever, that's good. Good. I'm glad. I watched them all too, Here we go. Here it is. Okay, let's make this. This person saying the prequel hate is pure Reddit. Are the Redditors attacking right now? Is it the Revenge of the Redditors, that cesspool over there? People hated the prequels 6.5 years before Reddit existed. So here's the tweet, one tweet. I don't know who this guy is. I'll just put it up here. You can see it. You can read it. I'm going to read it to you. The issue here is it's that it's not the prequels being made to look good in comparison. It's that the sequels shocked a large portion of the Star Wars fandom out of a collective hysteria that convinced them the prequels were bad. Let me think about that. Interesting. It's that the sequels shocked a large portion of the Star Wars fandom out of a collective hysteria that convinced them the prequels were bad. A proverbial slap across the face to bring them to their senses. What you have are 3 good but flawed films historically flanderized. What's flanderized? Let me know. I never heard of that. Like Flanders? What you have are 3 good but flawed films historically flanderized by amateur and professional critics who honestly shouldn't be in the field into the worst things committed to celluloid. This person doesn't talk right. Some space marine. Of course it's a marine. Their opinions reinforced by people seeking upvotes and the related dopamine rush. Years of compounding, I'm not going to say that, led to a lot. Okay, so basically this person's just saying it's about Reddit, pushed by Reddit film crits, gargled and swallowed by Reddit. Oh, gross. So, okay, so that's where it must have come from then. All the prequel hate just like pouring out. It almost felt like a 4chan thing, honestly, because that's like how stuff like this starts. It just goes viral randomly. So here's what people are saying about it. The prequels are either good movies with some very noteworthy flaws or bad movies with some very good aspects. Lucas was flawed, but by God, he loved what he was making. The fans treated him too harshly. Disney gave the prequel haters everything they wanted with the sequels. No George Lucas, JJ. Yeah, okay, so no matter how you feel about the prequels, they were made by George Lucas, which is like the most important thing. Like that is what Star Wars was meant to be, because he made it, you know. You can't really say that it just is Star Wars, you know. I you know, grew up with the prequels. I went to see them all in the theaters, and I always loved them. I never hated Jar Jar either. Damn kids riding through my neighborhood. No, but I never hated Jar Jar, but of course I was probably the target audience for Jar Jar, honestly. I don't know if you feel the same way, but yeah, I liked it all, man. But yeah, again, big war on the prequels. I think it's coming down. It's calming down a lot since then, but it was just crazy to see that wave of hate, of prequel hate. And it started on Reddit, but I think it's over, man. You can't, there's no way that you could say the prequels were worse than this. I mean, anything else in Star Wars. They were good. I liked them. I still like them. I don't care. We already talked about Reed Pop. Oh, here's this guy. Who the hell is this guy? Who's Kyle Mann? Babylon B. I think, okay, Kyle Mann is the guy that kind of took this and blew it up. So here we go. Kyle Mann's talking about prequels here. And he's like he works editor-in-chief at the Babylon Bee. So, satirical website. And this is his real post, though. It's not satire. Kyle Mann says, I will not accept this newfangled historical revisionism claiming the prequels were good. Dude, what are you talking about? They are not good. We knew they weren't good when we saw them opening night in the theaters. I was 12 years old when The Phantom Menace came out, and I was the biggest Star Wars nerd on the planet. Had all the EU books, toys, and video games, you name it. I got Star Wars banned from my elementary school because we started 2 opposing Star Wars clubs, and one kid ended up getting so mad arguing about Star Wars he punched another kid, lol. Do you believe any of this? I don't believe this at all. Like, what? So he was 12 when The Phantom Menace came out, and he got Star Wars banned from his school for starting 2 separate Star Wars clubs? That makes no sense. What? Okay. I'd like to see proof of that. Okay, so that's him basically laying down his credentials. He's saying, I was always a huge Star Wars fan and I went to see them when I was 12 too. Okay, well, I don't know about you, but I was also, like, I wasn't that old, but I was around that age when I saw that in theaters too, and I liked it. And I was a big Star Wars fan back then. I'm at work, so I'm missing bits and pieces of the stream. Okay, yeah. Catch up later, because I like to keep this rolling for people that watch after the fact. Because that's what I like to do. I like to watch streams, after they're over. Anyway, okay, so he goes on to say, the principal called us into the office and said, today you're joining Star Wars clubs. Tomorrow you're joining gangs. I had to duct tape over my Darth Vader backpack to take... Okay, whatever. He's kidding. All of that, and when we went to see Phantom Menace, we were bored out of our skulls. There's this narrative that hating the prequels is Reddit-coded, or just cynical people who saw some YouTube video about them and deciding they're bad. Nope. We knew that they were bad at the time. We kind of ironically enjoyed the second 2 films, going in knowing they would be bad and everything. Anyway, so yeah, sorry. Kyle Mann is basically saying, yes, Disney Star Wars sucked. Yes, Disney Star Wars failed to clear the very low bar of don't make a Star Wars movie that clearly hates Star Wars. But that doesn't make the prequels good. Okay. Whatever, man. It's because it sucks. Nope. The prequels are always good. Changed my mind.